Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's
got,
up?
I got the. I was gonna just mute everything until we got the match started, but why not? I'll just have
Just give
everything
all
on
the
stream. Yeah.
Just have the jank here. Just have the jank, yes.
Yeah, but how are you doing? How's this match? I mean, did this event been going for you?
How's this event been going? Oh, it's been going great. It's been going freaking great. Yes, Miles, you can come and join. Because apparently the RT Agas went to dinner now. They went to dinner. Apparently there's some fire steak going on that Andy just couldn't leave to sit for a while. So they've gone to eat. So they're gonna be a little while. So come and join. Come on down. What's up? Sure.
It's freaking Andy guy, man.
I know. It's freaking Andy guy. And we're here with Peyton now. It's a party going on here in the general chat. What's up, Peyton?
Howdy, I saw so many friendly faces and just wanted to say hi.
Well, welcome in. Yeah, it's been a big part of the super streams. You've been a huge part of that with a lot of the Sundays you've been taking. CTL Sunday, of course, the biggest day of the week for CTL matches. You've been doing a great job, and we're here with Peek hosting, and Miles is here. Miles, why don't you give us some insight? You've been watching the show, and Peek was asking how's this event been going. It's been going very well. It's been going very well, and why don't you tell me? Give us some insight on the Artiaga brothers. They're about to do battle for like the 8,000th time against each other, but apparently steak comes first. Is the steak really that good down in Texas?
I mean, either that or, Andy's just super slow eater, which he is pretty slow. Like, if you wanted to time him, he would probably get world record like slow run. Honestly, it's pretty crazy. So when he said 25 minutes, I mean, either that steak's well done or he's just chewing real slow.
Now, do they give like big size portions of steak, or maybe has he got like a 6 ounce or 8 ounce? Like what are you talking here?
Rose definitely just got like a filet mignon.
It's all big size.
he's got like a ribeye, like he's got like a dry aged, like massive steak. Yeah, for sure.
For sure, of course. So we're joined here by the European Quaid. He's called himself now. He's no longer the future of Glass Tetris. He's the European Quaid. The guy has showed up drunk at every IRL Tetris event going on out over there. It's Elp. Welcome in, Elp. How you doing?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Thank you for asking.
Well, of course, it's my job as the CEO of CTL, and I'm glad that all of you guys are hanging out. We have a lot of people watching the show, and of course we have Matcherino still going on. So you guys would like to contribute. We want to give the players money, give some prize pools out, right? I think they were still... Oh, all the codes are gone. Finally, thank God, you bastards. Finally redeemed all the codes. I was getting worried that we were not going to get codes for next season, but you've done it. All 50 codes have been reached and used, so I thank all the fans for doing your part. Thank you so much. And Elp, what do you think so far tonight? How's it been going? You been watching the show?
Yeah, I've been watching on and off a bit. I'm doing other stuff on the side, but I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far. The commentary with Peek and Dan was on fire, and well, we got a lot of deciders, so that's always hype.
It is, of course, always. Let me ask you, as the Euro here, right, international, your fellow countryman Sidnev, unfortunately, getting reverse swept against Andy here in that first round that we saw. Well, I mean, really takes a toll, right? As a player, getting reverse swept. I'm sure it's happened to you many times, right? How do you think?
Many times.
Of course. How do you think Sidnev is taking that one after being so close to advancing?
I honestly think they are not really taking it well, because like if this was like a lone event, it's fine. But I feel like Sidnev has been on the losing end of almost everything they have competed in the past like few months. Like they've come in second almost everything they've played in, and I think it's like starting to take a bit of a toll on them. Just like if you get second in almost everything you play, it's not good.
Right,
Gonna
exactly.
fuck you up at some point.
Yeah, no, I understand. In a competitive sense of sports, right? When you finish in second, most people will never remember the person who finishes in second. You only remember the people that finish in first, right? So I think that's fair to say that it does weigh a toll on someone. But listen, I let me put it to you this way, right? I hosted the Euro Friendlies event last year back in July, where Sidnev was still just kind of really getting their feet wet in the rolling realm and did not have a good showing. Did not have a good showing against Huff in the main event. And here we are. We're now in February. Sidnev has made the top 8 at the CTWC, the World Championships, right? Sidnev has been to the finals in so many events, the Masters, the Waco event recently. We're here in CTL top 4 yet again. Always so close. But I think we're at a point where Sidnev is going to continue to, surpass expectations and eventually, most certainly can be a CTL champion and champion in other variants. We are close, but you got to get knocked down a number of times in order to get back up and succeed, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you agree, Alf? I'm sure you've taken plenty of lumps and you're still here. Look at you.
Yes, exactly. I sometimes wonder myself why I'm still here, why I'm still being humiliated by you all the time. But hey, I cannot quit this game, and neither can everyone watching, almost.
Of course.
But yeah, I think Sidnev's redemption it's gonna come. Like at some point, they're gonna be the number 1 in Tetris. Like their progress has been crazy. Like if you look at it from like when they joined and where they are now, they started in like August 2020. That's like way later than almost all the top players except like Gerald Freeman, and now they're like top 6 basically. And well, they're just improving at an insane rate. So I think at some point Sidnev is gonna win these events, and it will be all the more sweeter for them.
Of course, I would agree. And you know what's also very sweet? It was very sweet for me right now to realize that Elk and Miles are in the same chat, and they're not talking at the same
Miles
time.
has not said anything since I started talking.
Exactly right. So that is alarming to me, because now it confirms that you're the same person.
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go do something. What's up? What's up? Oh, Elf joined. Okay. Hey, what's up, Elf? How you doing, man? Don't respond to that. Yeah. I'm back. Yeah, guys. Hey.
Now let me ask Miles here, because obviously you've been playing in Division 1. You know, there's been some talk, right? This is kind of something I was going to save to the end, but I mean, we're here in halftime, so we might as well talk about it now. Oh no, it's great. Here it comes, right? So there's been talk of, people wondering, this is the second season in a row. It's the same 4 people playing in the playoffs, right? King, what are you gonna do? King, what are you gonna do to fix CTL Division 1, right? Because apparently there is some type of level of, imbalance, so to speak, right? These top 4 players certainly are some of the best in the world, and then the other players in Division 1, definitely excellent players, but just seem to like fall a little short when it comes to match play against these guys. What is your take on the situation for Div 1? Like, I want to hear from someone who's in the trenches, right? Instead of some of the other whisperers out there, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, dude. Okay. I was pretty close. I just was bad. I lost to Dog and Andy. So like, okay, I got like 3rd, which is like pretty close. But I mean, Dog and Andy, freak man, they're too good. I honestly like, I don't know, bro. I don't really agree, because I feel like it just takes like one game or a couple games. Like there's so many matches. Like there's like 7 people you play. Like Pixel Andy went to a decider with Eyeball. That could have easily gone the other way. Like, I don't know about the other side, but I'm sure it was very close between SVN, Sidnev, Gerald. Like, it could have gone either way a lot of times. So I don't really agree that, like, it's just, oh, these guys are just so much better. I think it's just, like, it comes down to the wire a lot, and you don't watch all the matches. You don't see all, like, the tight matches that happen.
Right. No, I am 100% in agreement with you. I think, listen, it just like in any sport, right? I mean, Miles, you look like you're a guy that follows sports, right? Just like in any sport that's out there, you're going to have seasons where there are just dominating teams or players that are just difficult to defeat year in and year out. I mean, like, let's look at baseball, for example, right? How many seasons do we always see? It's the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Astros, right? They're always in playoff contention, and they either make the playoffs or whatever. Is anybody complaining? Is anybody really going to be, we gotta fix baseball, blah, blah, blah. No. What it is that exactly what you said, is that it comes down to the games being played. And if a player of your caliber is keeping it close and making it interesting. I mean, think about Division 1A for a second. We almost had SV really making it into the playoff. It was a three-way tie between SV, Gerald, and Sidnev. They were all 5-0 going into the final weekend until SV had the back-to-back major flop and pooped the bed there. But it happens, right? It happens. So, I think there is some room for maybe retooling, which I have put maybe an idea together to maybe make it a little more exciting for playoffs. But I think overall, I don't think we should be separating, players like Dog, Andy, Gerald, and Sidnev into another tier and then leave you guys behind. I don't think that's right. And I think, we got to give you guys opportunity, right? You got to play the matches.
Yeah, you gotta play it out. I mean, people are like, oh, should we make a Division 0 with the people above there? But it's like, all these people in Division 1 are already like a cut above Division 2. I mean, you could argue that, I guess the top 4 players here are a cut above most of Division 1, but like, it's still a lot closer than you would think if you didn't watch. Like, you have to play out the matches. That's my opinion. You got to play it out. You got to see it through.
Right, I agree. And then I think also incorporating the line cap and SPS is an option here, there too. I think those factors certainly make a difference. Peyton, you've been watching the matches, right? You've been calling a lot of that action. You've seen a lot of Division 1 this season. Are you in agreement with Miles on his take there?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest indication that we kind of saw that in was Andy and Eyeball. I mean, Eyeball finished, 7th in 1B and still pushed Andy to his limit in terms of as close as you can get to taking a set from him, other than, Dog. But, it was a little more clear in Division 1A on having the, 3rd and 4th seed, or 3rd and 4th place finishers finishing within reach of the top 2 spots. I mean, SV32 was just behind Sidnev and Doge. I mean, Doge had a very solid showing, just once again, kind of Gerald and Sidnev really just being the big competition in SV. I mean, it's with the developing scene, especially with Roll. I mean, Doge, one of the pioneers of the play style, but finally coming to terms and coming to grasps at the higher competitive level. I mean, we're seeing people like Somalian actually staying in there who considers himself to be like a lower tier roller. I mean, it's definitely becoming more and more competitive each time, and I love to see it. I love to see matchups other than, Sidnev, Gerald, Dog, Andy. Being able to see like Rhubarb versus Andy, or Rhubarb and the Asian, and then at still such a high caliber. It's really exciting, and I mean, this is the top of Classic Tetris. Sure, you can have a little bit of a skill gap at the top. You will in all sports, all esports. Some people are just built different. I know that the joking way to speak about it, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback, he's up there, even towering above the other top quarterbacks. It's just how it ends up at the top. I mean, that's just an innate part of playing sports and esports and just developing, and it's really cool to see how this pushes others. I mean, like Elp was alluding to earlier with Sidnev, it has to make the chase that much more satisfying when it does pay off. Yeah, it sucks and can be so demotivating, but being able to chase something, I mean, as a wrestling fan, King, you know that the chase for the title is almost always sweeter than the title reign itself. And being able to see those build up is just phenomenal.
Of course, we just saw that this past weekend, right? We had Elimination Chamber going on, and Sami Zayn, the storyline with the Bloodline, and Roman Reigns. This is fantastic. It's still ongoing. It's not over yet. So this is great, and that's kind of the storyline that we're leading into CTL, right? What's going to happen as far as maybe Division 1 goes. So and we'll see. King is tinkering with some ideas on how to rework that a little bit. But I think it'll work out just fine. I think it's going to be more exciting, and definitely fun. Also, you know, to add on to that, because Peek is here, of course, Peek hosting the channel today. Peek, my man. What is YouTube saying out there, right? What is YouTube saying about the Division 1 matches as far as, what they've been seeing? Do they see like there's just domination going on between, the 4 players that we're talking about? Or like, do they have any favorites rooting on like a Miles or maybe even Somalian Captain Kaka himself?
I've been seeing someone mention Rhubarb, and there's also SV, Sinnev. For the most part, it's been pretty... I guess typically there's like Dog Andy, like the popular ones, they will get the more comments about it, but I've been seeing a pretty even distribution of people being like, oh, this player is actually doing really well, I want to root for them. It's either that or they just complain about the restreamers, but other than that, it's been there's obviously like the favorites, but I don't think there's been one that necessarily gets slept on. I guess I think for the most part they just enjoy the fact that there's games being played in that high of a caliber, and yeah, I guess that really is just I'm really actually surprised that they're as positive as the YouTube comments are, because we typically have like that stigma that like, oh, they just always complain about everything. But
yes, of course. I mean, that wouldn't be YouTube comments without that. So
yeah.
But there you go. So we'll see. There's your hot takes on the status quo of Division 1 and CTL. Yes, it is the same 4 that were in the playoffs last season, but that may not be the case. I mean, here's the other thing too, right? There's no guarantees that these same 4 players may sign up for next season, right? So who knows? Maybe if one of them or all of them don't sign up, then that kind of leaves the division wide open for contenders like Miles, like maybe Somalian, and a host of others that are signing up. Plus, we also just have a bunch of new players that'll be joining Division 1. Like we got Chiller. She won her group in Division 2, so she will be joining Division 1. Has already signed up as well. And be remiss of who won the other Division 2A. I can't remember now off the top of my head. It's terrible. I was looking at it earlier today. I can't remember.
Wallband.
Thank you, Wallband. Yeah, of course. How could I forget the Kings Bay 5 2023? Wallband. So those are all new players that are going to infuse Division 1 as well and add to that air of mystery as to how well the division's going to go. So I can't wait to see. I really can't. And I'm very excited. That's right, Ruba. I could not remember. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather too. I'm fighting off a cold.
Excuses.
It is excuses, but listen, Miles gets a lot of credit, right? You discovered. I always discover all the talent, right? But you discovered Wallband, right? You were a year ahead of the curve. You told me.
That's right. I was a Gerald fan since the beginning too. You can go back to his comments. I was in his comments from like the month he started, saying this guy is gonna be the next big player. Maybe I should get a job at your position, King. Like I don't know. I got some good calls.
Yeah, you really do. I think you got to be part of the booking committee here. You've got an eye for talent. You could be a talent scout too. You can have a second channel up for you, right? Talent Scout 2 is Miles the Great, and I can't wait. But yeah, no, definitely good eye for talent there, and you were on that band. And honestly, I mean, Gerald just got way too good too fast. I could have put him on the Fave 5 because then people would just like crucify me even worse than they usually do for that. So.
Yeah.
Miles says that to everyone, bro. Oh man, and Savage Andy is back.
Do I? I don't know, bro.
Oh my god. Go ahead, Miles.
And Andy's just being Andy. I don't know, bro. You look back, I don't know. I said it to like Zeno, Gerald, Wallband. Like I remember those 3 people specifically, and they're all good now. So I don't know, man. There's something there.
That's right. There you go. Last Fave 5, you said you never heard of me. It's true. I did not hear of you, but then I couldn't put. How was I going to put you on for this year? That would make no sense. I would have got crucified. The people would have laughed me out of the building. Fave 5 is Gerald Freeman. Yeah, let's go. No, people would not even take me for seriously. That would be the biggest meme ever. And Andy's in the chat. Andy, are you finished with that fire steak, bro? Because we would like to get the show moving here. We are here at halftime, and I'm sure Peek has other things to do. We still have many more matches to play. We got the best of 5. It is the brothers. Artiaga will go at it for the 8,000th time and decide who will play Gerald Freeman in the finals.
I want to see Andy Gerald.
I do too. Low-key, I wanted Gerald to lose against Doug because I wanted to get Andy Gerald right away, but, you know, it's tough for me to root against Dog, but in this case, I got to go with Andy, man. I got to see Andy Gerald finals. That is money right there.
Andy claims that he can beat Gerald now, so I want to see it. I want to see it.
Now he's gonna have to get through his brother first, so it looks like Andy is in the MOC, and Dog is still there. Dog has not left, but I'm sure he'll be returning momentarily. Maybe he's eating that fire steak also, and we will get this underway. So final thoughts here, guys. The second half is about to begin. Predictions will go down the line. We'll start with Miles first, and then Elp, and then Peyton. Predictions here on who will come out in this matchup between the brothers, and your prediction for who will win season 19.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dog. I think I think he's just the best player right now. So, let's see what happens.
Go ahead, Elp.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of an Andy fan. I really like Dog, but I want Andy to win. Like I wanted Andy to win in 2020 in the World Championship as well, and I still want him to win. So I'm going with Andy.
Peyton?
I have to go with Andy. I mean, he's been on such a hot streak lately. And just, the matchup with Gerald, I think, fuels him just to push forward a little more and to really beat Dog and just get that first place finish again.
Well, there you go. So you have heard it from the consensus here. Got a couple of Dogs and some Andys here, or two Andys and a Dog, or whatever. Bottom line is, it's going to be amazing. Nobody picked Gerald, who also has to be beaten twice. That's the key here, because it is a double elimination for the two top seeds, which was Gerald and Dog. Dog has already lost his one match, so he cannot lose again. And it is a best of 5 coming up, Dog and Andy. And then after that, Gerald will need to be beaten twice in order for one of the losers to advance and perhaps be called the season 19 champion. Dog looking to go for championship number 3. Andy looking for, I believe, number 2. And Gerald is first. So thank you 3 for joining. Much appreciated for here at the halftime of the CTL season 19 championship finals. Thanks so much, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.